managed to get.
A very good evening, everybody. This is Gulf Harbour Radio, ZMH286, Patricia and David. And I've just been trying to, we've got the satellite picture up because I was wondering who out there might have a bit of clear sky above them, because we haven't had that today. It's a very gloomy day, but still quite mild. So we have 18 degrees at the moment, 3 knots of southwest wind, 1021 on the bar. And this 99% cloud cover, it's not all that high. It's sort of strata Q and little tiny little slither of blue out there. Anyway, quite interesting look at the GFS when I'm looking at all the boats during the course of the day. There's been some quite good speeds and slower, because just depending on where you are, there's anything from 10 knots to 20 knots. Not too far away, so it's one of those strange things that would be interesting listening to the boats tonight. But before we get started, there is, and I've just thrown it away, a missing life raft. So it is at, and I could tell you, except I just lost my piece of paper. Hang on. Have to go back to Vicky's email, the coordinates and the picture. It's about a 4-person orange life raft. So if you have lost a life raft, it is out there. This morning it was reported by Araha at 3315 south and 17519 east. So anyone passing by that area, it is an empty life raft. It's about a 4-person. It just didn't look big enough for 6, but anyway, I'm not experienced with how big life rafts are. I've only sat in ours once when it was being redone. So that is 3 degrees 15 south, 17519 east. And thanks to sailing vessel Aroha for the picture and the knowledge that it is out there and it is empty. Okay, we have got quite a few boats to call in tonight, so I'm going to get started straight away and see which of my antennas is the one to work tonight. So let's start with a good signal. Freya, Gulf Harbour.
Hey, Patricia and David, this is Freya. How copy?
Yeah, good evening, Susan. And good evening, Todd. Go ahead.
Okay, our position is 3026 south, 17539 east, course over ground 017 true at 6 knots, wind direction 157 true at 18 knots, although variable direction and speed all day today. Seas 1.5 meter, that's 8 seconds, and 80% cloud cover. Over.
Okay, all copied. And could the person who is persisting with a whistle, your microphone is definitely working, and would you please not whistle on this frequency? But your signal was strong enough, Susan, to get on top of that. 3026 south for Freya, 17539 east on a course of 017 true at 6 knots. The wind is a southeasterly at 18, but a bit variable up and down today, both course and both the direction and speed. At one stage you were going, according to the AIS, higher than the 6, 1.5 metre swell, 8 seconds, 80% cloud cover. So things have settled down a bit, and I presume all is well. Over.
Yes, all is well on board. Thank you.
Okay, and I'm just going to cut through a couple of them. I know you helped me out with Marie. Was it Marie? I can't remember. I should have made a note of that. Anyway, hopefully you'll be listening for a minute because your signal is so good. All right, we'll clear with Freya and go to Mintaka.
Good evening, Patricia and David. This is Mintaka. How do you copy?
I copy you very well. And by the way, could you let me know how you're copying me? Is it okay? Over?
Tonight's probably the clearest of all of our communications.
Yep, you're getting far enough north for it to be a decent signal from me. Go ahead, Phil.
Mintaka's position is 28 to than 15 knots currently. Still quite a large swell running at 2.5 to 3 meters from the east, with about an 8-second duration. We've pretty much got clear blue skies here. The cloud cover is very distant, and the sun is out, so everyone is happy.
Yes, but you haven't caught a fish yet. Well, not that you've reported anyway. So we've still got Seawind with the fishing award. Course and speed, please, Phil. Mintaka, I need your course and speed.
Speed a bit variable at the moment, but 6.5 to 7 knots.
Oops, I doubled with you on the course, but never mind. 2821 south for Mintaka, 17834 east. And the wind, I was wondering who would be in that sort of slab of lighter winds. 120 true, east-southeast, 12 to 15. But it's a bit of a nuisance, I suppose, with the swell still up to 2.5 to 3 metres, but 8 seconds and lovely blue skies. So, yes, enjoy your part of the ocean there, doing that about 6.5 to 7 knots. Sounds like everyone's really happy to see the blue skies. It does make a difference, and I always like it at night time too when it's clear to see all the shooting stars and satellites going across. It's getting quite busy in the skies as well as the sea. Okay, sounds good, Phil. Thank you. Anything else?
No, happy crew here. So no, Mintaka out. Thank you.
All righty, let's go on to Seawind, Gulf Harbour.
Gulf Harbour. This is Seawind. Our copy.
I've got good copy on you, Lars. Go ahead.
Okay, so this is the position of Seawind. It's 28 degrees, 23 minutes south, 177 degrees, 42 minutes east. Our current speed of a ground is between 5.5 and 6 knots. Course of a ground true course is between 10 and 0 to 10 degrees true course. The cloud cover here is about 50%. We just enjoyed a very beautiful sunset. Had the sundowner in the cockpit. The swell has eased off quite a few high waves still, but it's eased off and it's more pleasant. No hammering and slashing and banging, so that's all good. If there's anything else you need to know, let me know.
Yep, the wind, speed and direction.
Yeah, speed is, the wind speed, yeah. It's about 10 to 15 knots, quite variable, going up and down. It's quite easy right now, over.
Okay, so I'm going to put down sort of an east-southeast because you're fairly close to Mintaka. Okay, Seawind with Lars and Suzanne on board, 2823 south, 17742 east, on a course of 010 true, 5.5 knots, give or take, a 50% cloud cover, bit more than Mintaka, but they're about a degree difference.
Broken skies.
Broken sky, says David, yes, looking over his shoulder. Then the swell is more comfortable. It's eased a bit and 10 to 15 knots from the east-southeast. Sounds very pleasant if you spent the sundowner in the cockpit, Lars. Over.
Yeah, we had a great day all over, so we're very pleased. It's mostly sunny today. We also have two boats quite close. They're not on your roll call, but it's a Kiwi boat named Kama 2. And there's a Canadian boat a little further off named Let It Be, for your information. Over.
Okay, you've got beside you, not too far, Karma 2 and Let It Be. Oh, that's good to know there's somebody around you. Well, not too far, David says. Well, maybe not, but yeah, thank you for that. I've made a note of that. All right, we'll clear with Seawind and the other boat that has reported it being more comfortable is Margarita with the Bruce and team on board. They are at 2810 south and 17938 east on a course of 040 true at 7.5 knots on the way to Minerva. And just for everyone's interest, they have got a bit of a rudder problem, but the repair is holding, so that's good. They've got southeast 17 and moderate seas, so all is good on board Margarita. Okay, going on to the next few boats, Blue Oceans, Al Marie, and then First Light. Let's start with Blue Oceans.
This is Simon at Blue Oceans. Do you receive okay?
Yeah, I'm having it good this season. Really nice copy. Go ahead, Simon.
Hi, we're at 29 degrees, 29 minutes, point 9 south, 179 degrees, 2 minutes, point 5 east. We're got a course of 37 true, and the speed we're doing is around 6.5 to 8 knots, and the wind is somewhere between 13 and 15 knots. Over.
Okay, cloud cover, and is that a southeast wind? And what about the seas?
Yeah, we've got around 2.5 metre sea easing. Cloud covers very little. The odd very light shower, but an absolutely gorgeous warm day today. Over.
Oh, you're rubbing it in a bit, aren't you? But mind you, it's still pretty decent here, especially as we haven't had any showers. Okay, the crew, Simon and Mia on Blue Oceans, 292, well, we'll call it 30 south. Well, it's a bit above that. 17902 east, 037 true course, 6.5 to 8, so a bit of a fluctuating southeast, 13 to 15 knots. The sea is still up a bit, but easing, 2.5 metres, so good to know it's a bit more comfortable. Not too much in the way of puffy clouds and a light shower or two. So sounds as if everything's settling down on board Blue Oceans. Over.
Yep, we're having a very pleasant ride at this point. Yeah, the crew's recovered from a bit of seasickness, but we're all extremely good now. Over.
Yep, it's good to get underway, and yeah, it was a bit turbulent to start with. Could have been a bit gentler on you, but never mind, you're through that now. We'll see what David's got ahead shortly. All right, clear with Blue Oceans and go to Al Marie. Al Marie, go ahead.
Cool, I'm right. This is Al Marie. Do you speak me over?
Yeah, oh, very good copy, Kerry. Go ahead.
52 degrees 11 minutes south, 177 degrees 45 minutes east. Speed over ground is 5.6 knots. Course over ground 044 true. Waves are east-east, about 1.5 to 2 metre at a 9-second period. Wind is 15 to 20 knots east-east, and we have 90% cloud cover. Over.
Oh, that was a test of my speed writing skills. 3211 south, 17745 east, 90% cloud cover, and they're on a course of 044 true, about 5.6. East southeast, 1.5 to 2 metres with 9 seconds. It sounds quite pleasant actually. And 15 to 20 east southeast. So could be a little bit further southeast, I suppose, for comfort, but that sounds a pretty good course. Over.
Yes, no, it's going pretty well. We've all got our sea legs and even managed to do some fishing successfully today. Over.
Oh, well, that's always a good sign, isn't it? If you feel well, it's not so much the fishing because you don't have to do much once it's all out there, but it's the dealing with it that you have to have a decent, strong stomach for. So, better luck tomorrow. You're still reasonably south. I'm just looking at what you were yesterday. Yes, it's not exactly bursting north, is it? So, yeah, you're still fairly well south, aren't you? All right. Thank you for that, and we will clear with you and go to First Light, Gulf Harbour.
right, Don and Julie on board. How copy?
Oh, very good copy, Tom. And hi to Julie. Go ahead.
It's Don and Julie. Anyway, our current position is 2958 south, 17827 east. We've slowed down quite a bit. We had sort of a banner 24-hour period before, but things have calmed down quite a bit. Our speed over ground is around 6 knots right now. Course over ground approximately 35 degrees straight. Wind is varying from 10 to 15 knots from the east, and the swell is perhaps 1 meter coming from the southeast, and all is well.
Wow, that sounds pretty pleasant actually. 29 up for first light, 29 up 58 south, 17827 east. Much more pleasant than it has been. 035 true course at 6 knots, 10 to 15 from the east, a 1 metre southeast swell, and all is well on board. So that sounds pretty good. Even I wouldn't mind that. And I'm just looking at the streaming. There's Vicky is obviously listening and says hello to Mintaka and Simon and Kerry. So that's good. Hi to you, Vicky. Right, we'll clear with you, and I'll make the correction. Don, not Tom. Shows you what listening on the radio sometimes does. And the next boats I have are Rusula, Sika, and Amok. Let's start with someone I know I can hear. Craig and Dawn. Rusula, Gulf Harbour.
Good evening, Patricia and David. This is Rusula. Currently we have Ellie and Ray on board. Dawn is back in the States, but she's going to rejoin later. How do you copy?
I should have made a note of that. I did know that, yes. So good evening, and I wonder if she's listening from over there. Anyway, go ahead, Craig.
Okay, well, we've had a very interesting day. This morning, things really eased up for us, and we were having a very pleasant sail. We got all our sails up, and we were just banging along. Everything is great, pretty easy to see. But then we're currently having a squall at the moment, but our course is 30 degrees, 51 minutes south, 178 degrees, 09 minutes east. We have a course of 38 true, speed of 7 knots. The wind is 15 to 20. We have really from the south-southeast, away from the south-southeast, that are still about 3 meters. We have a bow of 1013, 90% cloud cover right now. Over.
Well, you have had a bit of a change during the course of the day, and David's just looking at this. It was a very pleasant morning and everything was up and running, but now they're in a squall at 32 degrees 51 south, 17809 east, on a course of 038 true at 7 knots. So they've got 15 to 20 south-southeast, and the swell is 3 metres, still south-southeast, 1013, and 90% cloud cover. Well, just as well, you've got a couple of good hands on board there, Craig. Over.
Yes, we do. I'd like to correct our lat is 30 degrees, 51 minutes south. The crew has been fantastic. We just had some dinner. We're getting ready to draw for our shift tonight. Actually, we already did that, and we have a new system tonight, so it should be interesting.
I like the idea of the draw. Sorry, and I've got you at 3051. I was just looking back at what you were yesterday, wondering what was the story there. Okay.
178.
Yes, 178 east. So 31 really. 178. What are you looking at on your screen there?
I'm looking at
satellite. Yes, looking at satellite picture at the moment. So any comments?
No, I'm not seeing anything in the way of squalls. Hello, I have the microphone now. I'm sorry about that. Yeah, I'm looking at satellite imagery that's, it just came in. Not even a minute old, not even a minute. But there are some fairly big cumulus around where you are. And apart from that, they're all basically fairly low level cumulus, not any height to them at all that would possibly bring a squall or rain. But yeah, anything can happen. It changes so fast. But for the most part, the weather should be fairly decent in terms of cloud cover as you continue to get north of it, from what I can see on the satellite. So hopefully you won't get too many more squalls. Just wait 1 second. I'm going to give it back to the chief.
Okay, and while you're looking, the next boat's up, and I'm interested to see whether Seeker have fixed their distortion problem. And then Amok, we haven't heard from Dan yet, but let's hope for tonight. And then Jan and Melina Bonatti. So we'll look for Seeker, Amok, Jan and Melina Bonatti.
That's all. Yeah, I'm looking and I'm trying to get a little bit more detail on this, and I really don't see any signs of squalls around you at the moment. But because it changes so fast, like I say, this is just a minute old by now, I suppose. There is cloud, but it's all, from what I can see, it's all low level. But as the evening rolls in, these clouds tend to build up. The air gets much lighter compared to what the sea temperature is, and up they go. And so the clouds do increase at night, and that's pretty much when you could expect squalls, needless to say, in the evening when nobody really wants one. But that's what happens in the evening, I'm afraid. But hopefully you should be okay in terms of that. I'll be anxious to get your report tomorrow, see what happens.
Okay, back to you, Craig.
Hey, thanks a lot for that. Right now we are trying to get some easting in because I anticipate the wind to shift more easterly because it's been good at south-southeast all day, and so that's why we've been doing some easting, so that when we get that easting, we'll be able to get a good ride straight up to Minerva. Over.
Yep, roger that. So, yes, you're looking like probably Thursday-ish, aren't you, at Minerva? Boy, it's going to require tickets to get through the entrance because you're all zooming in on Minerva. So, and it looks like it will be a reasonable stay now. We were talking about that earlier on. Okay, we'll clear with Craig on Rusla. And the big question, can I hear Seeker, Gulf Harbour? Oh dear. Why don't you just drop the, see if you can just drop the power a little bit, and it might improve things, Peter. Try again, over. Yeah, that is better. So go ahead, do it fairly slowly so I can work it out. Go ahead.
I believe I have a grounding issue.
Oh, that's interesting. A grounding issue. All right. Go ahead, because your AIS is a little bit on the slow side. So give me your position, etc. Over.
Okay, we've got 29, 6 south, 172, 47 east. We're on a course over ground of 3302 at 8.5 knots. We have about 80% cloud cover, southeast swell 2 knots to me, and all is well. It is a beautiful blue sky day.
Oh, good blue sky day. So what is your wind speed and direction over there? Because you are probably the furthest west we've got, I think, looking up here. Go ahead, over.
Right now we are up to 15 knots from the southeast. Most of the day we had 18 to 20 southeast.
Okay, we got Seeker at 2926 south, 17247 east, 330 true at a good speed, 8.5 knots. The wind is 12 to 15 from the southeast. It's down from earlier on, 18 to 20. and 80% cloud cover with a southeasterly 2 metre swell. Sounds. No, they're not. They're going to New Caledonia, 172 east.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Well, what's the ETA for?
Oh, David is anxious to know your ETA, because of, I think he said at one stage that you needed to be there by the 17th. But what is your ETA, Peter? Over.
ETA is probably sometime Friday night, maybe Saturday the
16th?
Okay, I'm just telling David he's got the calendar in front of him. Friday night is the 16th. Yes, so do you want the microphone? Yes.
Yeah, you're making good time, and I'm happy to hear the ETA is going to be the 16th or 17th. That big high, I'll talk about that in a minute, but it is moving east at that time. It starts to make its bend, and the wind, of course, changes at that point. It goes from a very nice, whatever you're getting now, to a northeast and maybe even north wind, but you'll beat that. So if you get in by the 17th, which it sounds like you'll do, it should be a very good passage. Over.
Okay, thanks for that, David. Yes, it's been excellent so far, and hopefully that'll continue.
Yeah, okay, well done on that one. So we'll see what Melina Bonatti is up to shortly. Let me see if Dan from Amok Gulf Harbour. No, we still haven't got him. And let's go on now to sailing vessels Jan, then Melina Bonatti. Jan, go ahead.
Hi, David, and everybody else. This is Jan from Sail Vessel Jan.
That's quite fun, isn't it? And a good signal from you, Jan. Go ahead.
Our position is 29 degrees, 32 minutes south, 177 degrees, 46 east. Course of around 020 magnetic at 7 knots. Winds out of the southeast at 18 to 20. Cloud cover is 90%. Swell is between 2 and 3 meters from the southeast. And Giorgio and I are both well. Over.
Okay, a nice signal from sailing vessel Jan and Jan. 2932 south, 177, 46 east on a course of 020 magnetic at 7 knots. The wind is 18 to 20 southeast. As the swell is same direction, 2 to 3 meters, and 90% cloud cover, and all is well on board. Excellent. And hopefully, now that you are up there, you're copying me okay. Is that correct? Over?
Yes, Patricia, you're loud and clear. Over.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, it's usually that magical 30 degrees. Once people get through there, it's good. Okay, we'll clear with you. Have a good night. And see if Melina Bonatti is on frequency. Melina Bonatti, Alfred and Petra, are you there? No, they must be listening. It was good to meet them here at Gulf Harbour not so long ago. What about Scotsman, Gulf Harbour? Well, it appears that radio did not succumb to being useful. All right, now let's go to Dave and Kate on Breeze 2, Gulf Harbour.
Breeze 2, how do you receive?
Yeah, not too bad. I wouldn't say you're sort of hurting my ears, but pretty clear enough. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. I think our position 29 degrees, 13 south, 179 degrees, 11 east. Heading is 0 up speed, that's 7 knots, up and down, that's 7. Winds, 8 to 12 knots to the east southeast. Speed, 45 metre with a 2.5 to 3 metres southeast.
That 40% and nice conditions.
Okay, you faded a bit on one part here, so just correct me if I'm wrong on the course. So breeze 2 is 2913 south and 179011 east on a course of 029 true at 7 knots, 8 to 12 east southeast. Gosh, it sounds pretty pleasant out there. 1.5 to 2 meter southeast swell. So you've got it pretty good at the moment, Dave, and hi to Kate. Over.
Yes.
I suspect you have got low batteries because you have faded away on me. So I will just check this one against your AIS just to make sure that I've got it right. Okay, is there anybody else? I'll clear with Breeze 2. Is there anybody else before I pass the microphone for the weatherman? Oh, we've got another one with a little bit of a problem. Could you come again? Because I'm not recognizing that voice. No. Okay, I am going to leave you until after the weather because there is a bit of distortion on your signal and it will take me a bit of time to work things out. So just stand by if you wouldn't mind, and I'm going to pass the microphone. Here's David.
Alrighty, good evening on a pretty dreary day here at Gulf Harbor, I think. Let's take a look at the synoptic picture for the entire Southwest Pacific for a change. The big player today is, it's the extremely large anticyclone that's centered in the Tasman. Its central pressure, 1025 millibar, 1025, so not ultra strong, but it's a fairly decent pressured system, if you will. Now this high ridges all the way to the date line and north to Vanuatu, so you can see how large it is. The next feature is the tropical depression that has moved to the southeast. Right now it's centered at about 22 south and 168 west. And give thanks to that big high that acts as a wall to the east. And that's keeping the depression away from all the yachts that are heading toward Fiji and Tonga. Winds from the high are east-southeast to southeast, depending upon where you are, and expect a bit of a swash just to the southwest of where that depression is. And there's actually gale force winds in that area. Now, as the depression continues to move to the southeast, those of you at Minerva will start to get relief from the strong winds that have plagued the reefs. Gusts today, from what I can see, are probably up to about 28 knots. That's the gust. But tomorrow it drops down to 20 to 22 knots. And of course, the mean wind is a lot less than that. Those of you en route to the islands, you should have some very good sailing today, right through Saturday, the 17th. North of 24 south, expect fresh southeast winds due to the compression of the high's isobars. So our high is tracking to the east. It's going to lie over New Zealand on Thursday. And on the 17th, which is Saturday, it moves to about 178 west. So you can see the speed of movement. And this is when the western part of that high makes its bend, just as I described a few minutes ago. So that bend occurs at about 165 east. Those isobars turn toward the south. So that means those boats heading to Newcal will find their nice southeast winds or east-southeast winds. They'll be backing to the northeast. But if you get in before that or on that date, you'll be in pretty good shape. Those heading for Fiji, Tonga, or Minerva will continue to have southeast winds, give or take, backing to easterlies, quite fresh by the way, and this should continue to Wednesday the 21st. Now this is the forecast out to about 8 days. Now past this period, almost anything could happen. In fact, after 5 days, the models may be getting a bit nervous. So time will tell. The models go out further, that's for sure, but I don't like looking past the 8-day framework here. So, like I said, we'll see as time rolls on. But given that time, most of you should be in your destinations at that point. So that's good news. All right, that's all I have tonight. And with that, I'll give it back to the chief.
Okay, yes, well, that keeps them on their toes, moving along. Can't afford to dilly-dally in the Southwest Pacific, can you? This is Gulf Harbour Radio, Patricia and David, and just if you want to make contact via email, it is ghradio@extra.co.nz, and if you want to use a WhatsApp for your communication, it's 64, obviously, for New Zealand, 2102473044. I can do that a bit slower if you need it. All right, let's see if I can find that boat that I had a little trouble hearing. Could that boat call again, please? And I might need some help. Does anybody want to call in to Gulf Harbour Radio? Please call now.
This is Mintaka. Could I please hand the microphone to David?
Yes. Passing it now.
David, we're 2 days out from Minerva. We'll be in there on the 15th. It's going to be a fleeting visit, planning to leave on the 16th. And then we've got a 2.5, 3-day passage through to Savisu. I think in your earlier report, we expect pretty much southeast winds to east for that window. Over.
Okay, so you're leaving Minerva on about the 16th.
No, 17th, I'll leave.
Or the 17th, and you have about a 3-day pass to Savu, so that would put you there about the 20th, it sounds like. And I'm just checking around here. We'll be looking at winds about 15 to 22, 23 knots. Let me look again. And looking at 4 models now. And hang on, one more to go. Looking at the Australians. Yeah, it's the wind direction is going to be probably southeast for the most part. It could be easterly, according to one of the models, so anywhere between east and southeast. But from Minerva, that shouldn't be any problem at all. So fresh winds for that passage. You should have no trouble at all. I'll look and see what the cloud cover is looking like. And 3%, 9%, 18, 6%. No, I see very little in the way of forecasted cloud cover, so that means the chance of squalls are minimized. So it should be, you should do well. Over.
Yeah, thank you very much, David. Much appreciated. Mintaka out.
Well, yeah, boy, that does sound a nice forecast. I'd take him too. In fact, that does sound pretty decent for going on to Fiji. All right, there was a vessel trying to call in. Could you please try again now? Oh, we've scared them off. Never mind. Okay, and just looking, there's nothing coming through question-wise on streaming. Just a lot of greetings from Vicky to all you ICA boats. She's listening and sends a lot of highs and hays. I wonder what the difference between a high and a hay is. Anyway, don't forget, for those boats that are leaving, that there is a floating life raft out there. In fact, if anybody has lost a life raft, would they please let somebody know, because it is of concern, obviously, until people know that all is well for the crew. So if anybody knows anything about a missing life raft on a vessel, if you could contact either me, or if you're a rally boat, Vicky, or just get hold of the RCC. You should all know how to get hold of the RCC. Oh, Vicky has just said we've found the owner and they've got a spare on board. Well, that's lucky too. Actually, we have two on board too. We have one on the deck and we have a valise as well in case the one on the deck gets swept away. So that's good. Cancel what I've just said, but if you do find anything like that, just let the RCC know as rapidly as possible. It saves an awful lot of work. Okay, that's it from us tonight. If there is anything else, you know how to get hold of people, and we'll be back again tomorrow. Cheers, everybody. Gulf Harbour Radio is clear, and if you want the frequency, it's all yours.